Hello and welcome to IPO Watch. Today we are going to talk about Tarsons Products IPO, and joining me today is Mr. Rohan Sehgal, Whole-time Director, Tarsons Products. Let me first introduce about the company. Tarsons IPO opens for subscription on November 15th and closes on November 17th. The initial share sale comprises fresh issuance of equity shares worth rupees 150 crores and an offer for sale of 1.32 crore equity shares by promoters and one of the investors. If we talk about the issue price, it is between rupees 635 to 662 per share, equity share. Market lot size would be 22 shares, and the face value of the share will be rupees 2 per equity share. Welcome, Mr. Sehgal, to the show.
Thank you.
Let's begin with the profile of the company, the business that you operate in. How challenging and how competitive is the business operations for the company?
Sure. I think Tarsons has been in the business for the last 4 decades, and it is a very challenging environment, especially because of the kind of work we do. Tarsons manufactures laboratory consumables which are used by researchers, scientists, lab technicians all over the world to conduct critical lab tests, research, pharmaceutical applications, and biotech and other applications, and so on. And the role of this plastic, what we manufacture, goes a long way in ensuring that research is carried out exactly as per exacting standards. Hence, the work what we do is quite challenging, and we always need to be on our toes to ensure that the product consistency and reliability is at par, because there is, for the kind of industry what we are providing our products to. The industry is fairly competitive in the Indian as well as the international market space, but we differentiate ourselves. Tarsons brand has been the leading position in India and one of the growing brands in the international market space.
Mm-hmm. You are the leading suppliers of life sciences products. What made you to really hit the markets? What will you do with the proceeds that you get from the IPO?
So mainly the proceeds are for, a small portion is for a primary IPO, primary raise of about 150 crores. That would be used to fund certain expansion plans over the next 2 years, repay certain debt, and a very small portion would be for general corporate purposes. And majorly, the remainder portion is for investor exit.
Okay. What I get to read from the profile of the company is that you already have 5 manufacturing units, right?
Absolutely.
So you are planning to put in one more manufacturing unit. When do you intend to start the work on that unit, and will the proceeds be utilized for that expansion too?
The construction on the civil work is already underway as we speak, and has been going on for the last 12 weeks. We expect that to be up and underway over the next 24 months.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Sehgal, how big is this market for the products that you manufacture and then that you sell in the market? I mean, and what is the market share that you currently hold?
So Tarsons is present in the Indian market, close to 1.2 billion in size. When I mean 1.2 billion, it's all in INR what I'm talking, and Tarsons has about 1.5 billion out of the 12 billion. Sorry, not 1.2 billion. So it's 12 billion INR market in India, and Tarsons has about 1.5 billion out of that.
Okay, and how do you intend to really, catch on to the growth in coming days? Because you are aggressively working on the expansion, right?
Right. So we look to get into newer product lines, which would be the growing product lines for us in the future, and some of our key product lines where we are expanding capacities in very large ways to cater to the domestic as well as global customers. So having a larger basket of products gives us higher wallet share with customers all across the country, and puts us in an even more formidable position, puts Tarsons in a more formidable position to gain more market share and have a more dominant position than what it currently has in the Indian market.
Talking about the international presence, could you please elaborate on that? I mean, are you already having customers outside India?
Yes, we've been present. Tarsons has been present in the international market since 2008, 7-8. So it's been a long, not as long as the company, but a fairly long journey of 13, 14 years. And we've received tremendous response and tremendous, success in the international market. Today, about a third of our revenue comes from the international business. It's a very significant portion of our business for Tarsons. And we are one of the largest exporters of these products from India. So by no means we are small in the international market, but there's a long journey to go for Tarsons in the international market, and we expect tremendous growth over the next 3 to 5 years coming in from developed economies as well as developing economies.
Any new markets that you are targeting for your business outside India?
I think we are present in mostly, Tarsons is present in mostly all across the globe with a strong focus on the Americas region, as well as certain geographies in Europe, as well as Southeast Asia.
Mhm. If we talk about the recent COVID crisis that we all went through, what has been the product demand after that? Because the research and development is now really picking up in India as far as the healthcare segment is concerned. So, has there been a pickup in the demand of your products post COVID crisis?
Sure. I think it's Tarsons has benefited and has the industry has benefited from the COVID crisis because the healthcare infrastructure was not up to the mark, probably within the first wave of COVID, and the government, the private, and the public sectors have played a very critical role in ensuring a very fast ramp up of infrastructure. And India continues to be bullish on the healthcare testing and research infrastructure, and investments are pouring in every day. The market is getting larger, and it directly benefits brands like Tarsons, who are at the forefront, leading position to supply to such sectors.
If we talk about the domestic markets, how is your distribution network and how does it work? I mean, do you would you really add on the distribution to increase your penetration in the tier two, tier three cities also?
So we have 140 distributors. Tarsons has 140 distributors all across the country. We are proud to say that Tarsons has today the strongest and most penetrated reach amongst any multinational company or domestic company operating in the lab plastic consumable space in India. We add distribution network based on our need, and based on any areas, customers, product lines, which could be a missing link or, in the entire puzzle. So we take a conscious decision, and generally we are very sticky with our distributors. We do have very low, Tarsons has very low distributor churn, and we are very proud about that fact. We most of our distributors for Tarsons have, crossed the journey growth with us since inception, and we take care of our distributors very, very well. We are proud to say that most of these distributors are representatives of Tarsons in their respective regions, and have been recognized as Tarsons distributors in that particular region. So that gives Tarsons a lot of confidence. And moving forward, if there is a need, definitely Tarsons will look to expand its distribution network or expand its number of people as the product lines grow, because we have a very strong force of 55 people in sales, business development, and marketing spread across the country who aid our distributors in ensuring that Tarsons reaches each and every lab or place which is conducting scientific research in the country.
Mhm. When we talk about the labware products, Mr. Sehgal, quality is something which really matters there. So, what is that you are doing to maintain the quality? I mean, any certifications that you already have and you are planning to acquire?
So I believe Tarsons is a very, very high quality company, and so are various other companies. But what sets Tarsons apart from the rest is the consistency and reliability what we have demonstrated over 3 decades. Most brands which have come in the country have not been able to demonstrate that consistency and reliability over time. And as I said earlier, these consumables are used for critical areas of testing and research. So the quality, consistency, and reliability all put together as a combination is very, very important. And that's what gives us the edge. And in terms of certification, Tarsons has all the relevant certification to conduct business in India as well as internationally.
If you talk about the financials, Tarsons has been a profit-making company. What is the kind of growth that you foresee for Tarsons in, say, next 5 years?
I think Tarsons, the industry has a very, very positive tailwind and very, very positive momentum over the next 5 years. We are going to see great growth in the industry, both in India as well as internationally. And Tarsons, if it continues with the same discipline, what it has shown over the last 3.5, 4 decades, would probably be at the forefront to take advantage of this growing phase over the next 5 years.
Any targets that you have set as far as the CAGR growth is concerned for next 5 years?
Not yet. We take it as it comes, but we would like to maximize whatever we can over the next 5 years.
Mr. Sehgal, you just said that some portion of the IPO proceeds will be utilized to cut down on the debt. What is the current debt on the company, and what is the kind of cut down on the debt that we can see post?
So I think the current debt on the company is somewhere in the region of about 85, odd crores. The CFO would have identical numbers. I don't have it at the back of my head, but with the IPO proceeds, we would cut off most of our debt. Closer to 90% of the debt would be wiped off.
On the technology front, Mr. Sehgal, what is the company up to? I mean, online is something which is working for all. I mean, whichever sector that you talk about. Right. So, what are the plans as far as the technology and the online thing is concerned?
So, there are various online portals in India which actually conduct the sale of laboratory products. Tarsons is present in mostly all of them, and till now, the buying process for these consumables still sticks to the olden style of brick and mortar distributors. But we continue to invest in these resources of online, and will follow the trend as to how this side of online sales grow up. As they continue to grow up in the Indian as well as international space.
As per as current status is concerned, company is growing organically. Any plans of inorganic growth through acquisition of brands or something like that?
At this moment, Tarsons does not have a focused has not been able to identify any inorganic target or acquisition. But having said that, we are not averse to that plan, and from time to time, we keep looking at various opportunities. And if a opportunity comes which fits the bill for Tarsons, definitely we will go ahead with it.
Thank you, Mr. Sehgal, for your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and wish you all the best for your IPO.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all related documents carefully before investing.